Well, at Tara Mandala, we are working to build. We're not only working to, we are building at this point, and it will be finished by the end of this year, a temple dedicated to the sacred feminine in Buddhism, and it's a Tara temple. It has 21 statues of the 21 Taras. At the ground level, and a story of Lama Tsultrim, who was an 11th century Tibetan yogini who was a founder of her own lineage, the practice of Chu, and also many other practices, quite amazing woman. And so for me, what's happening at Tara Mandala does have to do with Buddhism, and does have to do with Tibetan Buddhism, and really landing those lineages, particularly the lineage of Lama Tsultrim. And I see it also as a resource that goes beyond Buddhism, in the sense that there's a need for the return of the divine feminine, the return of the sacred feminine voice and energy in our world to balance what's happening now. And so Tara Mandala is an emergence point. It's a vortex for that energy of the reemergence of the sacred feminine. So the temple is actually a mandala. It has doors in the 4 directions, and it's circular inside. And so it's a different shape than a normal Tibetan monastery. It has a round feeling. It's technically an octagon, but when you're in it, you feel this roundness. And then the 2nd floor is a library, and the 3rd floor is an open, again, round meditation space. So that's the top level is Dharmakaya, the 2nd level is Sambhogakaya, and the bottom is Nirmanakaya. So the Dharmakaya is the formless dimension, at the top the mind, and then the library level is Sambhogakaya, which is the dimension of joy and luminosity, and that's speech, and then the bottom level is body and embodied compassion. So my real reason for founding Tara Mandala was to create a place for depth practice in the West, and retreat where people could go into the depths of meditation that happened in Tibet. And so that was my original inspiration. And Tara Mandala is quite unique place in that it's always had this idea of the reemergence of the sacred feminine as part of our vision. But now there's the temple that's there, and it's a living mandala, and the structure itself transmits this energy. It's round, and then the hallways are arched and rounded, and the ceilings are rounded, and it has this sort of quality of being around. You can circumambulate every level. You can kind of spiral through the building which is also, the spiral is an ancient image of the feminine. And so it's happening. It's happened almost completely now. So it's 15 years now that we've been here on the land. It was 10 years before we had any buildings. We were many years under the trees, and our kitchen was under a tree, and we were in yurts and teepees and tents. So 2005, our first building was completed.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.